In Spain, Manel and his wife Julia are going home in their car. Julia brings up the subject of having children because Manel hasn't made up his mind about it yet and she needs an answer to plan the future. An argument ensues and they both get distracted, so Julia has to quickly move the car to dodge an incoming vehicle. Unfortunately, their car ends up in the middle of the road and they're suddenly hit by a huge truck that sends the car rolling. A year later, widower Manel is living alone with his cat. On TV, reporters talk about the UN discussing the possibility of closing the borders because there's a strange virus going around. Prevention measures aren't working and people are getting violent at the borders while trying to escape. Manel is so deeply depressed that he barely pays attention and eventually mutes the TV. He doesn't see a hospital's security footage showing a patient slowly morphing into a zombie. Afterward, Manel goes for a ride, noticing an ambulance passing by. Various walls in town have graffiti saying that the end is coming. Manel makes it to the harbor to meet with two women that are interested in buying his boat, which he hasn't used since his wife died. While looking for the boat's papers, Manel finds Julia's bracelet and his mind is flooded with bittersweet memories. On his way home, Manel gets a call from his sister but he ignores it. He stops at the supermarket for some groceries and notices everyone is buying much more food than usual, almost emptying the shelves. Later at home, he ties the bracelet around the cat's neck while hearing on TV that the virus has appeared in Spain. In the evening, Manel video calls his sister Belen, who is big news. Since her husband works for the government, her family is being transferred to the Canary Islands and she invites him to come along, but Manel refuses. The next day Manel notices that all the neighbors are leaving, so he decides to do the same and brings his cat along. During the ride, he hears on the radio that a new variant of the virus is spreading through Europe. This variant shortens the incubation to only a few minutes and is transmitted by wounds and bites. At the airport, Manel sends Belen a message saying he'll be joining her after all. As people are trying to board the plane, tickets get denied with no explanation and the crowd begins getting agitated, yelling at an employee who doesn't know what's going on. Suddenly the big screen shows that all flights are cancelled and everyone gets a message on their phone announcing a civil security alert.